Hello everybody, Terry Carl Joyadian here with law number 3 from Dave Asprey's Game Changers. Law 3 is when you say you'll try, you are lying. This section is all about what Dave calls Weasel Words. There are 4 of them he talks about specifically. And he opens with a discussion of the power of words. This is something that's been very clear to me because of being in the School of Metaphysics, because of my work with Mary Morrissey. Dave talks about Jack Canfield and how important words are to him. Words have the power to change water. If you've read the book, The True Power of Water by Masaru Emoto. Emoto worked with water molecules, with freezing them, and looked at the different images when they were exposed to words, whether spoken or whether even printed on something. It was really amazing work. It's a really great book. Check that out too if you get a chance. And your subconscious mind responds really strongly to the words you use. So whether you're aware of it or not, what you are saying is shaping your life. So that's why Dave Asprey is really big on staying away from these particular 4 words. I'm going to switch up his order just a little bit to maybe help you remember them a little bit more easily. The first word is need. He says need is a survival word and it can freak out your subconscious mind. He talks about how you only need certain things to survive. You need water, you need food, you need shelter. When you say you need a new coat, you're gonna survive without the new coat. Yes, maybe you feel like it's really important to have that new coat now if it's falling apart, but the question to ask yourself is, will you die without it? Just don't use the word need. Number 2, bad. This is a weasel word because it's a value judgment, and we're the ones who create judgment. We're the ones who decide whether something goes good or poorly for us. And when we use the word bad, he says our subconscious is preparing us for impending doom. I thought that was a pretty powerful statement. And we may be missing out on opportunities that could be good when we're labeling something as bad. I don't know if he mentions this story later in the book. It's not here, but I've heard this story many times. I love it. There's a story of a farmer, I think it was a Chinese farmer, whose horse got out, ran away. And his neighbors were saying, oh, how unfortunate. And he said, maybe. And then the next day, the horse was back with another horse with it. And so now he had 2 horses. And his neighbors said, how fortunate. And he said, maybe, or perhaps. And then the next day, his son was out riding the horse and fell off the horse and broke his leg. And his neighbor said, how unfortunate. And he said, maybe. And then the next day, an army came through looking for soldiers, and they passed up the old man because he was older, and they passed up the son because he had a broken leg. And so again, the neighbor said, how fortunate, and he said, maybe. I mean, you can look at even that situation 2 different ways. So I just love the story, the simplicity and the clarity of that example. We could paint a silver lining on most of our clouds, right? So try not to use, oh, don't try. That's the next one. Don't use bad. Number 3, can't. Can't. Don't use the word can't. And I'm just gonna read can't for you because this first paragraph is pretty powerful. I'm not gonna read the whole can't, just this first paragraph. This word is first on Jack's list and mine too. It's perhaps the most destructive word you use every day. The word can't means there's absolutely no possible way you can do something. It robs you of power and crushes innovative thinking. When you say, I can't do that, what you actually mean is one of 4 things. You could use some help doing it. You don't currently have the tools to do it. You simply don't know how to do it, or you just don't want to do it. Or heck, maybe no one in history has figured out how to do it yet. Given enough resources, enough problem-solving creativity, you can do whatever it is. It may or may not be worth the time and effort to figure out, or maybe it's just a stupid idea, but it's not impossible. Awesome paragraph. And he has a great story about how he was told he couldn't do something involving a flight and how he found a creative little loophole and he was able to do it. Innovation. And he says, you know, even if you... Nope, that's for try. Let's go on to try. So if you see what I did there, I did NBCT, just to help you remember. N for need, B for bad, C for can't, and last T for try. Don't use try. Asprey says try presupposes failure. If someone says they will try to pick you up from the airport, are you going to rely on them to pick you up? I thought that was a great example. So if you feel a need to use the word try, maybe this is an opportunity, he says, to use the power of no, which was the very first law. So we have the power of no as the very first law. The second law was never discover who you are. We talked about being sure that you intentionally decide who you are. And then today's law, again, is when you say you'll try, you are lying. I want to end you with one more thing. He has 2 suggestions for this law. He says, find someone at work and someone at home who can call you out when you're using those 4 words, NBCT. Need, bad, can't, and try. And then also you can put auto-correction on for your writing to highlight those words so you notice when you're using them in writing. I thought that was pretty neat. Thank you for watching this video. Please check out the first 2 if you missed the first 2 laws and continue to watch these. I intend to go through all of the laws, so we'll see you again soon. And if you have not already, please make sure to subscribe so you get to see when these videos come out as soon as they come out. Much love and many blessings to you all. Bye now.